This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
In a comprehensive address during the 9th annual Exuma Business Outlook Thursday at Samuel's Emerald Bay Resort, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie reflected on Hurricane Joaquin's passing, calling it a harrowing experience for residents of those affected islands. He also used the opportunity to clarify exactly what he meant when he referred to Hurricane Joaquin as a teachable moment.
Hurricane Joaquin has evidenced the need for a complete review of our disaster mitigation assessment and post-event coordination models. They even questioned Christie talking about teachable moments. To the young students here, every experience in our country, an island nation, where the capital is on one island, New Providence, where the central government is on one island, New Providence. Every experience is and should be deemed and treated as a teachable moment, meaning that as it takes place and new developments take place, you learn from it.
In the days ahead, the nation's leader stressed the importance of ensuring whatever mistakes that have been made in the past are not repeated in the future. He assured Exumians the government's commitment in recovery efforts, but is encouraged by the support being shown both locally and internationally.
The point is, you people, especially you children, you young people, you know, your mummy might be F&M and the next one, mummy might be PLP. But you all got to be friends. And your friendship must be stronger than the colors people wear on shirts. Because if one of you want to be a teacher and the next one wants to be on the defense force and the next one wants to be an engineer, it's going to take each of you to develop Exuma and the Bahamas.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, and other officials toured Rum Cay today.
That's where he observed the work of BEC technicians who are still there restoring power to the community following the storm.
Janae Ferguson has the story.
Residents of Rum Cay are slowly putting back together the pieces after Hurricane Joaquin ripped through the island. A major component of that is getting their power restored. Now, BEC officials on the ground have committed to getting them back online by the end of this week.
Devastation was pretty serious. You know, the building got damaged, doors blew in the garage doors. Stuff was all over the machine, so that had to be cleaned up before power could get back to the plant. And then there were like 20 pole damages, 20 pole snaps. Transformers came down. It was just, everything was just on the ground.
Joseph Harding, lead linesman on the island for BEC, was joined by his regional counterparts through the Caribbean Electric Utilities Services Corporation, or CARELEC, who worked feverishly throughout the day to restore electricity. It's a vital part of the rebuilding effort.
Coming to Rum Cay, it wasn't a hard task. This is a task that we do every day. You know, we venture, we go all over the world doing this, so it wasn't any problem to assist you all. We're welcome.
Talk about the level of damage and what it'll take to bring residents back up online.
Well, the level of damage wasn't severe, but we had a lot of poles down, a lot of lines down, and we're about 95% up and ready to go by later in the day.
This is my first time in the Bahamas, and I'm excited to come and help the people get back in power, and really working hard to strive to get everything back in shape.
Now, Minister with responsibility for BEC, Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis, says the islands would not be able to move forward with recovery without these type of partnerships. He also commended Harding for his yeoman's effort to assist the residents of Rum Cay.
After the hurricane passed, I think within several hours, within a day, you would have had the generator operating and people able to bring their fuses to the generation station to keep their food and fruits and meats frozen, everything, make ice and free of charge. And that is due to his own individual efforts and not because someone prompted him to do it. He just did it on his own. And again, I've taken my hat off to him for what he's done, showing exemplary service. But back to the partnership. As I said, we would not have been able to do this alone.
Now, BEC crews are working throughout the various islands to restore power in the central and southern Bahamas. Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
The Pan American Health Organization is continuing to render assistance to the Bahamas in the aftermath of Hurricane Joaquin. The international agency presented 10 satellite phones to Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Perry Gomez, recently. The presentation is a part of some $150,000 in aid and supplies the organization will be giving to the Bahamas in the coming weeks. Minister Gomez accepted with gratitude.
In these kinds of disasters, communication is the essential thing to be available. You must have communications on stream. And in our case here recently, we had difficulties with communicating from our family islands to the central, the capital. And so essential to to fixing this is the availability of these sophisticated telephone systems.
Representative of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Jerry Eichmann, says in addition to satellite phones, PAHO will provide 3 generators for hard-hit islands, refrigerators to store medicine, chlorine tablets to sanitize water, foggers, and other materials to minimize vector-borne diseases. She says it's all about helping.
This week it's Diplomatic Week. You know, we're celebrating the United Nations, and I think these are the moments that we really need the United Nations. It's not only about flags and conferences, but really I think the moment of hardship in the countries, that's where organizations like ours, the World Health Organization and the Pan American Health Organization, as the health organizations of the United Nations, are here to stand by the countries when they are most needed.
The Water and Sewage Corporation is working on increasing its customer base by winning back clients who may have switched to private wells and possibly attracting those who never used the service. Launching their win-back campaign, officials say the first 200 customers to sign up by the end of the year will receive a 50% cut in their bill for the first year. General Manager Glenn Neville made the announcement as he addressed a chamber luncheon yesterday.
What they remember in the past, which was poor service, poor reliability, low pressure, poor quality water, all of those things have been moved aside. With the kind of work that we've been doing, water quality is excellent. Again, the majority of our water is from desalination, so it's the same water that you buy from Aquapure or whatever, and that is what is coming out of the pipes now. And we've made several improvements in our infrastructure, and then we've also improved our customer service, your ability and methods of payment, and also the services that we offer.
Laville says through the campaign, which promotes a new water and sewage, they expect revenue to grow.
It's not going to be significant because this is something that's going to take a very long period of time to get everybody to come back to our system. So within this campaign, we hope to get anywhere from about 2,000 to 3,000 or 4,000 persons per year to sign back on. And if we're able to do that over a 3-year period, then we'd be able to increase our revenue base by about 20%.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.